Good morning. My name is Sarah Plummer. I'm a former Marine Corps captain with 2 deployments to Iraq under my belt as an intelligence officer. I played for 5 years in a row on the military Olympic soccer team, and my last active duty assignment was as the Deputy Director of Geospatial Intelligence of the Marine Corps Intelligence Activity. I grew up in an Air Force family. To say that I love the military would be an understatement. And when I was raped, faced sexual harassment and retaliation in the Marine Corps, my parents told me I couldn't change the military. Today is my mother's birthday, and part of my present to her is being here today and speaking with courage. I know she and my father are proud of me because today we can change the military for the better. Commanders are incentivized to protect the honor of their name and the reputation of their command, not to report the truth. Commanders are biased and partial to the troops they know intimately. When you are raped by a fellow service member, it is like being raped by your brother and having your father or mother decide the case. It doesn't make sense. We cannot reasonably expect commanders to impartially and judiciously respond to these types of criminal cases. The argument that taking sexual assault and rape cases out of the chain of command would threaten good order and discipline actually works in quite the contrary way. Keeping these cases in the chain of command distracts commanders from their main mission and duty: to win wars, train, prepare, and educate. When commanders who are not lawyers and who know one or both, either the victim or the accused attacker, are asked to be the final say-so on if cases are even brought to trial, and then to ultimately make the final decision on the direction of those trials, they lose focus. Alliances are drawn, and good order and discipline absolutely suffer. Ostracizing and disenfranchising survivors turns them from soldiers into potential victims of a broken system. Leaving these cases within the chain of command exacerbates the process of repeat victimization, subsequently damaging the self-esteem, success, and career tracks of young, bright, capable soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. Please don't see me as a victim. I am not a victim. And neither are many of the survivors, all of the survivors who are speaking out and actively working to make a change and supporting Senator Gillibrand's Military Justice Improvement Act. I graduated in the top 10% of my class at a distinguished university, as well as my officer candidate school training class. I flew in Civil Air Patrol during college, and before I began the basic school in Quantico, Virginia, completed introductory flight school, effectively completing flight training nearly equivalent to a private pilot's license. After the basic school, I reported to Pensacola, Florida to continue my aviation career. Yet I was immediately told that I was medically disqualified from doing so because I had sought counseling after having been raped a year before. I was a top performer, a strong athlete, a competent Marine. I had had no disciplinary problems, was taking no medication, was not suicidal or homicidal, yet I was deemed medically unfit to fly because I had utilized resources made available to me in a modern Marine Corps. My chosen career path was cut short. Although I went on to serve almost a total of 7 years active duty in the Marines, had I been a pilot, I likely would have made it a 20-year career. I would have been an asset to the Marines for at least 2 decades. Instead, because the rape concretely altered my career trajectory, then followed me in one form or another throughout my career, sometimes eliciting extreme harassment that was often worse than the initial incident itself, I ultimately decided to move forward professionally outside of the military. As I said, I am not a victim. I have forgiven and I have found peace. Because of what I learned, both good and bad, in the Marines, I do what I do now. I train and I teach others how to be leaders and how to be healthy despite trauma or stress. I empower them with tools to authentically and courageously go from good to great, no matter what might be holding them back or where they are stuck. The Military Justice Improvement Act must be passed. It will take the military judicial system from good to great because it disempowers a culture of harassment that encourages predators to act without consequence, promotes ostracizing victims, and is a systematic support of favoritism, isolation, intimidation, and retaliation, and cover up in the very name of maintaining good order and discipline, actually threatens that good order and discipline. This does not sound like an institution based on honor, courage, and commitment to me. It is impossible for commanders to act as impartial, unbiased legal professionals, and I believe it is a disservice that they are currently positioned under this expectation. The Military Justice Improvement Act, however, would set up both commanders and victims for success before, during, and after these violent crimes. A true cultural change must happen now. We all deserve better, and the Military Justice Improvement Act will provide that improvement. Thank you.